It's gonna have to come off, dude. It's gonna have to come off. How's it going? Welcome back to another video. This one is kind of gonna be somewhat serious, but I don't want it to be too serious. So to cut it short, I have to shave for my new job. So I'll explain more about what this whole video is about and the reason why it's titled the way it's titled. So if you watched my previous video, you'll know that I've got a new job, and if you didn't watch it, then I think there'll be a card here somewhere where you can click it and it explains what my new job is and the fact that I have one. So feel free to go and watch that if you want to get caught up. But I have to shave for my new job because it's in the medical field, and I have to do something at some point called a fit test. I'm not entirely sure what that fit test is about at the moment. Maybe I'll know more about it after this, but this has to go. I have to say bye-bye. Oh. I think at this point I've had it for probably well over 6 years now, so it's been a long time. It's very much a part of me, you know. I'm very much attached to this. I'm very attached to it. It's not the best that it could be. There's other better beards out there, but I'm very attached to this one. It's grown to be, you know, I have a habit of doing this when I'm comfy and I'm watching something. I'll just like twist the end, make a little, and I'm gonna miss doing that when I get rid of it. But yeah, I have to shave for my job, so I thought, seeing as though I've had it for such a long time, why not do something special, you know, do something significant to kind of mark this new moment in my life, you know, new job, new chapter, getting rid of the old and in with the clean shaven face. I'm gonna look about 11, honestly. I look like a little kid without a beard. So yeah, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to do something for somebody, you know, try and maybe make a difference and affect someone in a positive way, you know, because I'm all about that positivity and encouraging people. So why not use this opportunity to do just that, you know? So I was talking to a few people about it, and then I think it was either my mum or my dad was talking to someone about it, and they was explaining what I was going to do and my plan behind it, and he mentioned something straight away, which we'll go into more detail. I'll explain more in a moment, but he mentioned an organisation straight away. It's somewhere in Mexico. It's somewhere where he's been. He's seen the needs of these people, and he's seen everything firsthand, you know, and he's told us all about it. And I just thought, you know what, this is a perfect, you know, say no more basically, because I was wondering, I wouldn't even know where to start, where to give to somebody. Do you know what I mean? There's so many great organisations out there that I'm like, where do we even begin? So it's kind of really good that he suggested that, because as you'll see later on in the video, you'll get to hear from the person behind it. So we had a phone call, and I've done my best to record most of it, so you'll get to hear from her yourself, and you'll get to hear directly from the person who runs it. And I just think, you know, it's amazing some of the stuff that is going on, and it's also, you know, to some degree it's quite eye-opening at just some of the needs that they actually need, you know, and some of the pressures that they're under, and the time constraints that they're under, and the things that they need in certain time frames. And it's like, wow, you know, these people are on the other side of the world trying to make a difference to these people's lives, and they're fully invested in it, you know, even if they don't have this, that and the other, you know, they're all in for these people. And I was like, such an eye-opener, you know. And it was, we've had a couple of video calls now, and they've been amazing. they've been amazing, and you know, it just really reiterated to me that this is absolutely the correct path to go down. It's the perfect thing to do. This organisation and Jo, the woman who runs it, is just the perfect person to give to, you know. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. we're gonna shave all of this off, and whatever money is made will be given to Jo and the organisation. You'll find a GoFundMe link in the description box of this video, and by all means don't feel any pressure to donate to it or give to it, but if you could do me a solid and share it with as many people as possible, that would be awesome, because it'd just be, you know, it'd just be great to get so many eyes on this and get this link shared about, you know, because you never know where it's going to land. It could land to someone who has been wanting to give to somewhere for a while now, and they never know where until this link arrives in their messages. Do you know what I mean? So if you could do me a solid and please share the link, and by all means, if you want to share this video as well so that people can see what the link is about, you know, and it's not just me asking for money, because I totally get it. You know, the times that we're living in at the moment, it's so hard for everybody. There's a lot going on, and especially when people are asking to donate money, you know, you want to know where that money's going, which is why I've kind of done a bit of an interview with Jo, you know, the woman who runs it, because I thought if you can hear from her, then it's better her explain it to you than me, isn't it? So if you could just share this link with this video and the GoFundMe link, if you could, I would really appreciate it. So the organisation that Jo runs, or the programme that she runs, is called Valientes, which I think is Spanish for valiant. So it's basically a programme where her and a small team that she's got go around picking up children from the local area while the parents go and work. You know, these children are from indigenous people of Mexico, and she was telling me that there was, you know, you wouldn't believe the amount of different indigenous types of people from Mexico, and they all speak a different version of Spanish, if I recall correctly from what she said. So it's really like, you know, I had no idea. I thought everyone from Mexico spoke Spanish, you know, as most of us do. You know, you kind of, I know it's wrong, but you kind of assume that everyone from like the Latin side of the world speaks Spanish. But she was telling me that, you know, there's a lot of different types of indigenous people from Mexico, and they're all from like remote villages, and a lot of these villages don't have schools, so the kids never learn to read or write. You know, a lot of these kids don't have an education, and they're quite poor, these families. So they come into the city, and the parents go and work, and basically what Jo and her team does is look after the kids and try and teach them to read, you know, and try and send them up the education tree so that they're set up for life in the future, you know, so they can have better opportunities, more opportunities for school, you know, progress to like university and stuff like that, and better, which will enable them to get better jobs in the future. A lot of these, well, some of these kids, you know, they come from kind of like broken homes, because a lot of the families are very poor, so sometimes they don't really, you know, they don't really treat the kids very well. So what Jo is now trying to do is work with the parents as well, you know, not just like look after the kids while the parents work, but work with the parents and teach them better parenting skills. And it's just, there's a lot of work going on, you know. It's just amazing to hear what she's doing. So rather than me try and continue to describe this to you, I'll hand you over to Jo so she can explain it more. So before we get started into the questions, if you could just tell everybody who you are and what you're about, that would be awesome.
Yes. Hi everyone. My name is Jo Cavet Lugo. Friends call me Jo. And I'm from the south of Mexico. And I've been serving and working with children for the last 6 years. And it has been a wonderful journey to see lives come into life and be transformed. So we serve around 30 children in our community that struggle a lot with poverty, and they neglected a little bit, not because their parents want to, but they have to work long shifts, and so they by themselves long hours. So we get the opportunity to help the families by bringing them to a building, and we feed them, we give them a good breakfast, we help them through the trials and the hardships they have to go through in their families. Some of the parents struggle with alcohol and drugs, so they have to go through a lot. So we have them, and we help them to heal through the love of God, and we just try also to teach them like tools where they can overcome their circumstances. Also, we are helping the families so they can eventually quit all those things like drugs and alcohol, or having better jobs, so the family improves, like the whole family is in a better place. And also we help them with the homework at school. We also help some children that they've never been in school, so we give them this opportunity. We teach them to learn, to read, to write, to basic maths, and our dream is like eventually to have a proper school, so they can have all the tools they need to overcome their circumstances and have a better future. So yeah, that's what we do.
And how do you find people respond to what you do? Is it in a good way or a bad way?
I think it has been quite a journey, I would say, because I didn't explain much in the first question, but most of the parents of these children, they come from indigenous communities, so they have another language, they have another culture, but they come to the city to find better opportunities in life. But unfortunately, I don't know how it works in other places, but there's a lot of rejection to these people. So there's like a wall between like indigenous and, like the people in general in the city. So when we first met, like we started just going and visiting them and serving them and just trying to help as much as we could at that moment. So it went. We need to work around 2 years within the community, so they could trust us, because they trust in us, their children, right? So it's a big step for them and for us as well. And I think it's beautiful to see that these two cultures coming together and supporting each other, because it's not like just they need and we help them, but also we want them to teach us as well. So we want to like put them up, like their culture, the language, and they feel loved now. So I think that's been wonderful for us, that we can just work together now, and they now we are friends with the parents, and some parents like tell other parents like, hey, this is a place when you can, like, your children will be loved and they will be helped, and you as well. So now they kind of like pass the word with other families when they have difficulties with their children, especially when the parents have to work, all day, and their children have to be by themselves, and they're struggling. So they say, hey, they can help you. So we now, they're gonna be good, they're gonna be safe with us, and then just growing healthier, because sometimes the breakfast that they have with us, sometimes it's the biggest meal they have, but in a situation, sometimes they struggle a lot, and sometimes that's the best meal they'll have, the one that they have with us. So they know, and they appreciate that as well. So now we're building a stronger relationship with the parents, and that's awesome, because that's the way to touch the families, actually, because we know if the parents are touched and transformed, then their children are going to be transformed. Because I was saying to a friend, I don't want to be just like, like taking care of the wounds of the children. I don't mind. I love to do that, because that's what we're called to do. But I would love those stop, because either parents are gonna find are transformed, they're gonna be a better place and a safer home for the children. So that's our goal as well, to touch the families in general.
Okay, this might be a bit of a hard one, but since starting the program, what would you say that some of your memorable moments have been?
Wow. I think one moment will be one day that we were having a small group with the children. We were praying for the needs of each one of them. And one girl, she was drinking a lot, and she was really sad because of that. And she is in a lot of discussions and a hard time at home. And she just explained a lot of things, and I was broken just to hear what she was saying and the pain that she was going through. And I felt so I don't know, I didn't know what to say. I was waiting for her to stop, just to stop crying or saying what she needed to say. And I was I'm just gonna cry myself out, and I was holding myself, trying to get be the adult. But I was oh, this is so hard, right? And then one girl, she was don't worry, you'll be okay. And she was giving her comfort. And she was saying, my dad used to be the same, and I pray and God changed him, and now he stopped drinking, and he's doing better now, and he's getting closer to God now. And I was what? It just it was one of the, I will never forget that moment. Not just because what happened, right? When one girl had gone through all the pain, but now she has proved God's power to change her father, and now she was sharing that to encourage another girl that was going through the same thing. It was I was crying, but I was crying of joy and hope, because it was thank you, Lord, for what you've done with this family, and then because you can do the same for this other family, right? And the way that this other girl, they were I don't know, 9 and 10, it's just they were just girls, and just this girl just bringing a word of hope, and also we were gonna pray, right? Because we were praying at that moment, so we're gonna pray, God's gonna do something about it, so I was wow. I was speechless. I didn't need to say anything. I was they just did it, the girls, it was just beautiful.
Okay, so I can't remember if you mentioned this earlier or if it was in our previous phone call, but you said something about how a lot of the kids, they don't feel loved and wanted. So my question to you is, if there are people watching this who feel the same way, what would you say to them?
Well, I think one of the verses that has been very comforting for the children this semester, because they go through a lot of rejection. I was explaining 2 stories of children whose dad was you're not my child anymore, I don't want to see you anymore. So that was so hard for the children. And so we've been learning, it's a Bible verse in Psalms 17. It says, even though my mom and my dad rejects me, God will hold me in his arms. So they've been holding on to that word. So even though the people they're supposed to love you could be your parents or your spouse or even your children that you need to be loved by, even if they reject you, it's so important for us to remember that God is our true Father, and he's the one who is holding us in his hands, that he's embracing us in his arms. So that gives us hope and identity, because no matter who rejects us, he is with us. And that's been so beautiful to see the children holding to that word, especially those who's their own dads were I don't want to see you, you're not my child anymore, and that happened this semester with few children. It was just so intense because it happens in a row with different children in different circumstances, but it was the same message of the parents rejecting them directly in the face. I don't want to see you anymore, you're not my child. So it's just so beautiful, to even though they have to go through these wounds, and they need like our support and our love to go through that, but they holding on that word, you know. So I'll say the same to like whoever is listening who feels rejected, unwanted. Your life is beyond your will. God's will is for you to be loved by Him, and that love. And because we are, and even the best effort we can do to love someone is going to be broken. So the only one who can give you that love is God. And as you embrace that, you will find your own identity, and you will be in a good place, in a healthy place, so you can love like without these expectations of this need to be loved. Because I think what breaks our relationships is when we have this need to be loved, and then we hold on people and we grab people, so love me, kind of, right? But we can't hold on people. And we are truly loved by God. Like we let God to fill our hearts with His unfailing love, eternal love, complete, like overwhelming love. And then we can love people with this freedom. And that's easier to have relationships, healthy relationships. So, yeah, I will encourage you, like as you said, you know, with us now, that you're loved, you're wanted, you're special, and God wants you, and He's the love that you need. Yeah, so that's it.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
So hopefully now that you've heard from Jo, you kind of, you know, you get the picture of what this is all about. And you know, prior to this is well, that was the second video call that we had. We had one at the weekend just to kind of, you know, get to know each other a bit, and so I could explain to her why I'm doing this video and what it's all about, really. And in that video call, it was just, you know, it was just so nice to see how passionate she is about this, and to listen to her goals for Valientes, and just to really see that she's so determined to make these kids' lives better, and also the parents' lives better by teaching them better parenting skills, you know, so that as a whole family they can all be better, and they can all grow together, and they can all have better opportunities in life. And I just think, you know, it's incredible what she's doing and what she wants to do, and just, you know, some of the goals she's got for this program is like, wow, you know. If you got asked to do it, or if I got asked to do it, it'd be quite daunting, you know. You'd be like, whoa, really? You know, you want me to go and do that? But Jo's like, I want to get in there, you know what I mean? She's like, I want to get in there, and I want to make these kids, I want to rescue these kids, and I want to make these kids' lives better. And I was completely mind blown, honestly, so mind blown. I was humbled by it all, you know, because over on this side of the world, the kind of poverty and stuff like that in the broken homes does exist, but we all have systems in place, don't we? And programs and organizations that can just like swoop in and do all this. And you know, over there, Jo's kind of the one who's doing all that, you know. She's got a small team at the moment, and she's hoping to grow more, and you know, grow more consistent. Yeah, it's just incredible really. And hopefully you kind of share that with me, and just like, you know, you can understand why I'm so blown away by all this, because I truly am blown away. So the things I'm hoping to achieve with this are that it spreads far and wide. You know, if there was one time for this video to go viral, it would be now. You know, I literally don't care about stats or anything like that. Like, you know, if you could remove me from the picture and just see that this video as a tool to get this link out there, and you know, just try and affect as many people as possible and get as many people to see this as possible, because it's all about Valientes and Jo and the things that we can, you know, we can make a difference. The internet is a wonderful place, isn't it? You know, it has its downsides at times, yeah, but something like this, you know, could go to all corners of the internet, and all kinds of people could see it. And that's my hope for this, to be honest with you, that it will go as far and wide as possible, so that we can, you know, we can really make a difference for Jo and Valientes. Some of the things that she was saying is some of the like some of the immediate goals she was telling me are that she would like to get regular sponsors so that she can feed the kids regularly, because I'm sure she mentioned it in the interview, but they do feed the kids breakfast, and she'd like to get regular sponsors so that she can have that stability constantly to be able to get the supplies and feed the kids. They need to buy the building that they're in because the owner wants to sell it, but because it's situated ideally where they need it, she's hoping that they can buy the building, but obviously that requires funds, so that's like an immediate goal. And I'm hoping with this video and the whole social media aspect of everything, it will attract more attention to this and just really show what she's doing. I was hoping to maybe, because we discussed it prior to the interview, I was hoping that I could get her to film a bit of what she does, you know, in the place where she does it, so that you could actually see kind of like her doing hands-on stuff. But because of the whole thing with like GDPR and, you know, putting kids on the internet, I didn't want to put the children at risk and myself at risk by putting other people's children online. So unfortunately, as much as it would have been great for you to see what she does firsthand, I didn't go down that road just to be safe for all of us, you know. So if I've managed to grab the link correctly, there'll be a link in the description box below of a video that showcases all that. You know, there's interviews with the children on there, there's like a bit of a tour of the premises, I think, from what I've seen. So if you want to see it, it'll be in the description box below. Everything you want to know basically will be in the description box below if you haven't got everything you need from this video. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens with this, you know. In my mind, I can see it going everywhere, you know, and it's obviously it's what I'd like to happen, but I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with this, because it's just a great opportunity to do something amazing for somebody else, innit? So as of the time of filming this video, I don't have a start date for my job yet, but I'm working on it. So I'm hoping to keep updating on social media, so if you want to follow all my social media, then all of the links will be down below. I'll be posting updates constantly to like Twitter and TikTok and things like that, so if you want to keep up to date, then that's where you can find them. I'm hoping to post another video to my channel maybe when we reach the end of this, so that you can see just how much we did raise, and maybe I might try and get Jo on another video call where we can just kind of show her, you know, we can show the amount we've raised and things like that. And I'm hoping to do a vlog of the day when it all comes off. You know, I'm hoping to maybe vlog the day, because my hairdresser slash barber, if you wanna call him that, he's well up for shaving it off. You know, I asked him and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna cut it off. So so I'm hoping to vlog the day, because then, you know, I can bring you along and there'll be a video up on the channel of a day when it comes off. And I'm hoping to go live as well when it gets shaven. And I'm hoping to go live as well when it gets shaved off. So there will be a record of it on my YouTube channel in the form of a vlog on the day. And I'm hoping to maybe go live on TikTok maybe, or Twitter if that's still a thing. But I'm hoping to go live as well. So if you want to watch it live, follow me on social media, because I will be posting on the day when it's happening, and you'll get a link to the live and you'll get to see it come off live online. So yeah, I'm really excited with this. It feels good, feels awesome. Yeah, it's a new start for me in life, and it's also a great opportunity to see what can happen, you know, and just see if the power of the internet will really push this far and wide, so that we can do something amazing for Jo and Valientes. So yeah, this is good, innit? It's good. There's benefits to shaving. There's more than one benefit to shaving. So yeah. So if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this and hopefully share it, and, you know, and just really be on board with this, because I'm just so excited. If you want to see the full interview, I'm thinking of uploading the full thing in a separate video, because what you saw was just snippets of a nearly an hour long interview. So if you want to see the full thing, then I will upload the full thing with kind of minimal editing so that you can see it all properly and you can just see all of what we talked about. But that will most likely be up further on in the week, maybe, if I get time to do it. So this video was my priority really, because of, like I explained in my diary entry, because of the builders, I'm having to do everything on such a tight schedule, so my main focus was to get this done and get it edited and get it uploaded. So with the full length interview, I can kind of take my time with it. So it will be up later on in the week if you want to watch that. I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Thank you, honestly. It means a lot to me. And you know, I'm sure it means a lot to Jo. And I'm really excited to tell her how much money we raised. You know, I'm really excited to see the final result, and I'm really excited to tell her and show her what we did. You know, not just what we did, but what we did. It's not just me, it's you lot as well. So I really appreciate that. It's the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. So yeah, bye beard. Hello babyface. So yeah, once again, everything is in the description box below. Link to the Facebook, I think it's a Facebook video of Valientes with interviews with the children. GoFundMe link, all social media links, and I think there'll be contact details or some kind of place that you can follow Jo and Valientes in the description box below. So everything is there if you wanna check it out. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below or message me on social media. I'm about all the time, so I'll be more than happy to try and answer your questions about it. So with that being said, I will leave you to it. I appreciate you taking the time once again. Feel free to subscribe if you wanna see the video of the vlog of the day when it gets shaved off and the full interview. Feel free to hit the bell if you want to get notified when it's actually up so you don't miss it. Follow me on social media as well if you want to keep up to date with everything. That's where I'll be posting regular updates throughout all of this. So if you want to be in the know of it all, then follow me on social media, because that's where you can find it all. And if you want to watch the live as well, if you want to be within a chance of watching it live, follow me on TikTok, because I think that's where I'll be live streaming it. So I won't take any more of your time now, I promise. Take it cheesy, stay safe, and I'll see you when I see you.